Hey guys, I'm Blakemore and I'm a teacher who loves to travel and occasionally teach you guys to triumph when you go to those places or just generally. So recently I went on a trip to India, and whilst in India, traveled to a range of different places. So, as the title of the video suggests, I got scammed in India. And if you've seen the last video, you would have seen something like this. I got scammed. Or did I? So during day 2 of my trip around India, I spent the day traveling around Jaipur and saw some absolutely incredible places. Amber Fort, Niagara Fort, and the Water Palace.
Betsy's running away. Oh, sorry, Betsy.
Towards the end of the trip, our driver, who we'd been with for the whole day, who was awesome, don't have a bad word to say about the driver, decided that he would take us to somewhere where he felt would be great for us to buy some things, because at the end of the day we wanted something to remember the journey with, something to be able to put in our home to say, yeah, that's awesome. On the previous video you would have seen a range of different sheets and textiles that I put on the floor. So we went to a textile factory and ultimately bought this. I'll show you it all in a bit because it sort of links into the rest of the video. So the first thing that happened is we went into the place and was greeted by someone who was a worker within the factory, and he showed us how the block printing process was created. So whilst in there, we were shown that, and it was genuinely interesting to see the way that they were printing and the way that everything was lined up. I was really interested in it. After that, we were taken into the shop place. The salesperson sat us down. That's when I started to get this weird gut feeling. In most scenarios, when I get a gut feeling, I find a way to just sort of leave and get out of that situation. So I can never really talk about scams because I've chickened out of the majority of them. So in this situation, we thought, meh, whatever. The driver's taken us, we trust in the process. Still got a bit of a sinking feeling, however, went with it. So he showed us a range of different textiles and we were genuinely blown away by how stunning all the different patchwork designs were. So we bought one. I personally bought something that looks a little bit like this. And in my personal opinion, I'll show you that a little bit closer in a second. I think it was pretty cool. It gives me something to put on walls to make a little less boring. I'm also gonna sort it out over there so it's not clogging up the shop. But when we left the shop and started to go, the driver asked us, do you want to go somewhere to eat? The answer was obviously yes. On our way to the restaurant, I started to research Textile Village. And lo and behold, the place that came up first, one of the first pictures was this. Underneath it was do not go, or something along those lines. Obviously, my heart sank a little bit more because I thought I'd just been involved in the most serious scam in India. However, I started to think about things a little bit more and it started to add up. We were brought to a place, sat down, so within a matter of probably about 10 minutes, bought things. So how much did we spend for the patchwork? I can't even say that, patchwork? For the patchwork textiles, 1,000 rupees. That actually comes to £11. When I looked at the website, immediately it said scams, things were wrong, and all these negative reviews started to come up. On a side note, after sort of researching for the video, I've actually realised that the shop that we went to is closed, adding to the scam, but I don't know what went on there. Sorry guys. But after that, we started to think about scams, and at the end of the day we'd spent that money, we weren't going to go back, and we had something genuinely cool to commemorate our journey in India. So I started to think, did I get scammed? One of the first things we've got to do to actually realise did I get scammed is research what's a scam. So that requires me to get my laptop. What is a scam? So Google defines a scam as a dishonest scheme, a fraud, a swindle. So a swindle or a deliberate fraud, is that something I believe that I was included in when I looked at the research results? No. Was I overcharged? Probably, But what we've got to realize as tourists visiting any area is that the likelihood of you paying more for something when compared to a local is almost certain. And the reason for that is because those places are popular, and where popularity is, money is also going to follow. Am I saying that scams don't exist? Absolutely not. Definitely in Jaipur, in Mumbai, those sorts of scams where people are charged extortionate amounts deliberately and it's part of a scheme, they do exist. So you need to be careful of those, and if you get that gut feeling like I did, avoid it. However, those scams and frauds and things like that exist in places like New York and London and metropolitan places where you wouldn't expect them to exist. So yes, have your eyes open when you go to India, but at the same time, realize that those things exist in first world countries. One of the things I realized straight after I went to this place doing some research on TripAdvisor, traveler's best friend, not sponsored by the way, is that when you start to research these places, then areas that you can go shopping, visit, start to pop up. I was kicking myself straight away after when I searched Textile Village Jaipur, because there's meant to be a really good one. There was one that popped up that was first rated in Jaipur and had this really fantastic review. So had I have actually researched, I could have had a picture, location, those sorts of things ready to show the driver I want to go there, but didn't think about it. I'll say the same about research when you actually go to the places, so that you don't actually not know anything.
Okay, now we're exploring Niagara Fort, where I don't really know a whole lot about.
But research is key. I would say that was my number one travel tip to anyone that goes anywhere, is make sure that you research the area. Without that research, you're going to struggle. So anyway, that's my mini rant episode. Whatever this video was, yeah, keep an eye out for scams. And if you get that gut feeling, then step away from it. But at the end of the day, not everything is a scam. But as a tourist, you need to realize you're probably going to get overcharged. Bartering is also key though. So thank you very much guys. If you've enjoyed the video and you've got down to the end of it, feel free to click the subscribe button, which is somewhere around here. It's probably down in the corner, but hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'm massively keen for this channel to hit 1,000 at some point. That's the year's focus, but hopefully we'll surpass that. Anyway guys, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be at some point in this next week. I'm out.